Hello, welcome to this update for the US and Canada. So let's see what's happening with this big storm coming. So the winter storm. So now winter storm Blair is in the northwest still, and bringing snow to parts of Idaho and Montana, those areas. So it still shows more snow today, some spots of Utah, central Montana, and those areas there, even Wyoming, Colorado, and by like tonight or something, already shows the snow starting parts of Nebraska and Kansas, and the freezing rain starting in Kansas and Missouri. So by tomorrow morning and afternoon and everything, shows more sleet and freezing rain, and all the way from Kansas to Tennessee, and shows heavier in some spots there, and just north of it, the heavier snow in parts of Nebraska and Kansas, and also like Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, more snow. Then this continues still with freezing rain in Kentucky, southern Ohio, and those areas by Monday. So yeah, and then shows even the snow continues all the way to the east coast. So this Monday shows some snow and freezing rain in Virginia. Still a spot or two of freezing rain by later Monday, but still shows snow there, like many areas of the East Coast, even southern New Jersey, Maryland, DC, and more areas. So that goes away and it comes down. But the GFS still has this idea of another winter storm in the south, by like Texas or around the 10th. This goes, so like Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Even shows some freezing rain on the 11th and goes on the East Coast again. So we'll keep monitoring that. But while Blair goes away, we still have some lingering snow there in some parts of the West. And now for like the European model shows the storm on the west there still, Montana, there's no northern Utah and Idaho, those areas. This goes, and the freezing rain starts there in Kansas, Missouri, those areas by tonight and early Sunday. This goes, and the European has like many Missouri, southern Illinois, and Kentucky, the heaviest ice accumulations, and also like the heaviest snow throughout Kansas, Missouri, through Illinois, and all the way to like Ohio and West Virginia, and until the 6th, some heavier snow. They does have on the East Coast more snow as well, and then goes away. And later, the European also has this storm there, starting in Texas with some rain and also freezing rain, some snow on the 10th, and it crosses there, but it has it weaker than the GFS. So now, for the freezing rain accumulation next 3 days, this is the European model. So it does show there the worst accumulations in Kentucky, those areas, some in Kansas and Missouri too, and more Kentucky, just some in West Virginia, and more there to like Virginia and those areas. So some spots in Kentucky does have close to like 0.45 of an inch. So please be careful in those areas. So now the GFS, it does have the freezing rain starting in Kansas there. It goes, and the GFS has the heaviest accumulations through southeastern Missouri, southern Illinois, and Indiana, and Kentucky, some in West Virginia, those areas. So be careful there, especially like through Kentucky, Missouri, Illinois, and those areas. So be careful. And now for let's see if there's if the icon has freezing rain too, but yes, it does have. So the next 72 hours from the icon, it does have higher than the European, than the GFS, but it does have like even 0.75 of an inch or something. So this would be a more severe ice storm if this happened, but even if it goes the way of the GFS, a little bit less, it will be severe. So please be careful those areas with slippery surfaces and the freezing rain and everything. So please be careful there. Now let's see if there's something else here. So behind Blair we will have the more cold air rushing in. So this is the 6, shows this massive cold air down to the plains area, and this goes and spreads all the way to the southeast. So this is the 7th, shows the cold air dominating much of the country except for the west. So this goes and goes there, still shows on the 8th very cold on the Midwest and those areas, and then it shows on the 9th much below average on the east there, on the southeast. So be careful, this temperature is coming. This goes still shows some cold air on the 11th there, and this goes and more later. So be aware. Now for 0 GFS, it shows there the cold air and everything on the east coast, but then it has this spike of cold air diving on the plains there, or on the 6th, very much below average, but then it goes and it spreads over much of the central and eastern US on the 7th, shows very cold those areas. This goes and shows much below average on the east, some parts of the south. Then it shows on the 11th the other wave there, and still kind of below average later. So be careful in those areas. Now the snow from the European does show here. So let's go back. So there in Montana, the storm is there now. So it does show the snow there from Montana and central Idaho, northern central Utah. Be careful there too. Through South Dakota, North Dakota shows snow too. The snow starts in Kansas there. More snow, and does get close to 26 inches, 28 inches. This goes not only to the east coast, shows those heavier accumulations there. So show some 9.2 inches some odd areas. So be careful the snow those areas. So let's see. This is the NAM. It shows the snow there too. Heavier central Montana goes towards the plains and shows 16 inches in Kansas, and more all the way to the east coast there. More snow through Ohio, Indiana, to Missouri, especially central northern Missouri, and this goes there. So stay safe. Those areas, the snow and everything. Now for some stuff here. Today's Saturday, it shows the snow in white, that big area of potential snow. So be aware, all the way from Washington to Illinois and the northeast as well, shows the snow there, especially in New York, the lake effect. So be careful. Some critical fire in New Mexico. Now it shows the freezing rain from Kansas to Kentucky. This mainly Sunday, tomorrow, but already will start today. So be careful those areas. And now day 2 shows that big area of freezing rain there, Kansas to Kentucky and Missouri, those areas. And that's some severe weather in yellow. And some still some mixed precipitation, Washington, Oregon, some spots of freezing rain. It's hard to see, but does show the area for heavy snow just north of the freezing rain, and the general snow, the Rockies, those areas there. And it shows still the Great Lakes, some snow there. And let's see here. And there isn't day 3 still, but let's see what they say here. So they say disruptive winter storm this weekend. A major winter storm brings significant disruptions. Starting this weekend, impacts will begin the Central Plains by late Saturday, spreading through Ohio Valley Sunday. Severe travel delays are likely as the storm is forecast to reach the mid-Atlantic by Sunday night to Monday. Widespread heavy snow likely. The heavy snowfall is expected to across areas from central Kansas to Indiana, especially along northern Interstate 70. 60 to 90% chance of at least 8 inches for some. Could be the heaviest snow in over a decade. Be careful. And near blizzard conditions, the Central Plains, wind gusts over 4 mile per hour combined with heavy snow could create near blizzard conditions. The Central Plains by Sunday morning. Whiteout conditions make travel extremely hazardous, with impassable roads and high-risk motorists becoming stranded. Damaging ice potential to mid-south. Significant sleet and freezing rain are expected from eastern Kansas and the Ozarks and to the Ohio Valley for the additional ice in the central Appalachians. Sunday night, dangerous travel is anticipated with widespread tree damage and long-lasting power outages possible in the areas over half of an inch of ice accumulation. So please be careful in those areas. They show here in the blue the snowfall possible, the mixed precipitation like sleet, some snow and freezing rain, and the freezing rain in the orange, some blowing snow. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful. They do show here the high risk of ice accumulation. So this especially into Sunday tomorrow shows the high risk of freezing rain. So be careful. This goes spreads all the way to Kentucky and Virginia, and so please stay safe there. The snow shows similar thing, that the high risk of snow there in the plains, and also in New York, the freezing rain. The freezing rain, not the lake effect. So beware. Shows the snow the northwest in Montana. This goes spreads throughout the central U.S. there, because the system, the heavier snow, and all the way to the east coast. So stay safe there. Be careful. They do have the 72 hour snowfall potential. Let's see if this works. So wait here. So 72 hours. They do have the snow there, like crossing the U.S. and all the light orange is like 8 inches, some 8 inches all the way from Kansas to Indiana. Shows some spots even close to 12 inches in Missouri and Nebraska and central Kansas, and they're like West Virginia too. So stay safe. Shows in New York the lake effect still close to 24 inches or more. So stay safe too. Now for winter storm severity index, this might update still, because we are still in the beginning of the storm, the start of the storm, but it already shows major there in Kansas, some areas of extreme, Kentucky and Indiana, more major there, and some moderate on the east coast. So be careful. The snowfall amounts is a big factor there. The ice accumulation is also like moderate to major, and the blowing snow there in the plains. So stay safe those areas. Now we already have the warnings there. Winter storm warnings all the way from Kansas to Kentucky, and also West Virginia, so winter storm warnings. Winter storm watches from Ohio to Delaware. shows more there, and like ice storm warning already, like southern Missouri, southern Illinois, and Kentucky. So be careful, and this will update as we go through today and tomorrow. Like have more ice storm warnings and even blizzard warnings in the plains because of the blowing snow. So expect some blizzard warnings too. So shows more like winter weather advisors all the way from Washington to Illinois, and also more winter weather advisors through Kentucky, northern Tennessee, and already like North Carolina, and some spots there. The lake effect snow warnings in New York and Pennsylvania and Ohio. Be careful, some extreme cold warnings there in northern North Dakota. So be careful, some winter storm warnings through central Montana, the winter weather advisors, the red flag warnings in New Mexico, so wind advisors, southwestern California, wind advisors parts of Virginia, North Carolina, Oklahoma, and southern Idaho, some parts of New Mexico, and even some wind warnings, southern Nevada. So beware, but this warnings change the whole day. So check this link in the description to see the updates. So beware, and they do have a freeze watch in northern Florida into Georgia. So you can just click on any warning here to see more information, like extreme cold warning. So extreme cold warning remains in effect until noon today. Dangerously cold wind chills as low as 45 below zero expected. So be careful there. And you can click on like the ice storm warnings and everything. Shows the winter storm warning here. So shows ice storm warning in effect from 2 a.m. Sunday to 6 a.m. Monday. What's significant icing is expected. Those snow and sleet accumulations up to 2 inches, and ice accumulation be between 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch. So please be careful. And you can see the impacts. Roads, especially bridges and overpasses, will likely become sleek and hazardous. Significant ice accumulation, power lines, tree limbs might cause widespread, long-lasting power outages. Expect power outages and tree damage due to ice, and travel could be impossible. The hazardous conditions will impact Monday morning commute. So stay safe there, be careful, and you just click on the link on the description here and see the other warnings. So be careful, and also a small freezing fog warning this morning, some fog advisories there in the high plains. So stay safe. Now in Canada we have a bunch of warnings too. Most of these warnings, the perils are like the hazardous cold, and some snow squall warnings in Ontario still for the lake effect. Shows more warnings on the east and some extreme cold on the northwest there. So shows in Alberta snowfall warnings and extreme cold, so a mix of snowfall and cold. The snowfall mainly in the south, heavy snow continues southern Alberta, being 10 to 15 centimeters before tapering off through the day on Saturday. So beware the extreme cold warnings. Extreme cold wind chill values near minus 40 degrees overnight tomorrow morning. So the temperatures will warm in the morning to the afternoon, but they still might be cold tomorrow morning and the next few days. So shows more extreme cold warnings there, and some more snowfall warnings there in Alberta. So stay safe. Now for like British Columbia, North Peace River, extreme cold warning still. Wind chills that is near minus 40 tonight to Saturday morning. So be careful, and it's the middle of the night there still. And Manitoba, they show extreme cold warnings, mainly extreme cold warnings, so please stay safe. Prolonged period of very cold air temperatures below minus 30, the wind chill values near minus 40 below zero is expected for much of the southern prairies this weekend. So the severe cold weather is expected to continue into Saturday before moderating gradually west to east, starting Sunday in western Saskatchewan and ending Monday in eastern Manitoba. So stay safe there. and just find your location and click on the warnings here. This link's in the description too. Shows in Newfoundland wind warning and rainfall warnings, special weather statement. So significant snowfall, rainfall, winds are expected. Newfoundland, west of the Avalon Peninsula. So stay safe there. Some rainfall warnings. The heavy rain at times expected. The Avalon Peninsula. Some spots like Norman Bay, winter storm watch. Significant snowfall, rainfall, strong winds are expected, and more like Red Bay as well, and some more special weather statements. So stay safe there, and check the link. There's still one like Northwestern Territories, the extreme cold, Nova Scotia, winter storm watches, and special weather statements. So like in Nunavut, Coral Harbour, blizzard warning. In Ontario, snow squall warnings, and the extreme cold as well, like northwestern Ontario. So be careful. Prince Edward Island, special weather statements for the system on the Atlantic there. Quebec, some blizzard warnings in the north, some winter storm warnings as well, special weather statements in eastern Quebec. Saskatchewan, the extreme cold warnings, so stay safe there. And Yukon, the extreme cold that as well. And like Yukon shows a prolonged period of very cold wind chills. They could be near -50, so stay safe there. Please stay safe. Now for the fire at the outlook, we do have the critical westernmost Texas and New Mexico in the elevator, so be careful there. The fire danger, don't do anything dangerous. The gusty winds and low humidity might make it dangerous. Now for the severe weather, we do have an enhanced risk for Sunday to tomorrow, and a slight risk as well, and a marginal. So severe thunderstorms possible Sunday afternoon and evening from the Sabine River Valley to lower mid-Mississippi Valley and Central Gulf Coast states, where severe gusts and tornadoes and hail be the primary threat. So stay safe Sunday tomorrow. There's a 5% tornado threat and a 2% wind, 30%, that's the enhanced risk, and 15 and 5%. So be careful those damaging gusts and hail, just 5%. So stay safe there Sunday, and still a marginal risk Monday there in Florida and Georgia in South America. So thunderstorms associated with isolated severe gusts with possible Monday for northern Florida to eastern Georgia. So stay safe there. Now day one there didn't show, it's just some general thunderstorms, so nothing that crazy. So stay safe there. Now the 48-hour snowfall from the National Weather Service. They do have a lot in New York still, close to 20 inches or more, even 30. There's snow across Montana, the mountains in Idaho, Washington, Oregon, and central Utah, and those areas. And it does show like the snow in the plains. There's some spots to 10 inches, 12 inches in Kansas, and like Missouri, some 8 to 10 inches and more there. So stay safe. Those areas, the 24-hour ice and freezing rain already shows a lot in Kansas there, and as we go through the day tomorrow, this map we will update more. So we will likely make another video tomorrow morning or something to show the update. But just the next 24 hours, like tonight through Sunday morning, shows a lot there in Kansas. They do have like a lot central Kansas, like 0.30 to 0.45 of an inch. So be careful. Some in southern Nebraska and Colorado, and starts going into Missouri. So stay safe there, Kansas, with the ice and everything, and the snow. They'll also start today. The 24-hour max wind gusts do show like more through New Mexico, Colorado, a little bit gusty winds, and into southern Idaho, show some like in Utah, some gusts in the mountains, in southern Wyoming. So be aware, some 50 to 60 mile per gusts. A little bit breezier in the Great Lakes, some spots the northeast, and some mountains in California. So be careful there. Now for like let's see some more snow accumulation here. So the European, I showed you before, goes there. There's no New York still, but let's see in Canada now, because it does show between Ontario and Quebec still more, especially like northwestern Quebec and northern Ontario, some 18 centimeters, some more snow there. Still, the lake effect shows more there in southern Ontario too, some snow to southern Quebec and those areas. But there'll be that heavier snow in Atlantic Canada, like some 70, 67 centimeters. Shows more that they're like in Newfoundland, some 67, 64 centimeters. Some snow St. Pierre and Miquelon as well. Shows like a lot in Labrador there. Next 5 days, close to some 91 centimeters, some 86, 69 centimeters, 108. So stay safe in Labrador from these systems. Shows more snow throughout Quebec, more like extreme northern Quebec there, but generally across Quebec, and shows more than like light snow Manitoba and Ontario, some in Alberta next 5 days, but more southern Alberta, British Columbia. So beware, shows more the mountains of British Columbia, not as heavy as we had in recent months, but does show more snow there next 5 days. Does show like British Columbia to southern Alaska, very high accumulations, like some 170 centimeters, northwestern British Columbia, into Yukon, close to 200 centimeters, southern Alaska. I'll show you in a second. And that shows some more in Nunavut, northwestern territories, so stay safe there. The GFS is also that snow in Atlantic Canada, so stay safe there. Shows more like Newfoundland and Labrador, those areas in Quebec, some snow too, northern Ontario. So beware a little bit in Manitoba and like for Nunavut in those areas, like northwestern territories. So yeah, stay safe. And the GFS is also a lot in Alaska, Yukon, British Columbia, mainly northwestern British Columbia, and the GFS does have like some 9 inches, 13 inches, 14 inches. Missouri, in Kansas and Nebraska does have some 12 inches, 11 inches. The European like further south, some 12 inches. The GFS more for Indiana and Ohio, close to 12 inches in northern West Virginia, and more snow there. So be aware. It shows some general snow in the Rockies, those areas, and in Alaska does show in the mountain like 100 inches, even like 90, 104 inches. So stay safe. That snow like 117 inches. In Anchorage, it just show like 8 inches. But the show for south some 57 inches, some 16 inches, some 30 inches, and more for like central Alaska into Yukon, some more snow there. The Europeans like more snow central Alaska, close to 8 inches next 5 days. Does have like for south some 116 inches, 118 inches. Be careful, those areas. There's some 12 inches in Anchorage. So stay safe, more like those are southern Alaska and Yukon, so stay safe there. There's snow, and now for the system in Quebec and those areas, does show still the snow in Ontario and Quebec, but you'll see this system here in the Atlantic. You'll start bringing tomorrow Sunday the snow in Newfoundland and Labrador, and also some very high winds in the mix, so be careful, the snow and high winds and everything. Stay safe. Shows as Sunday down into Monday, some heavy rain as well, but mainly snow. Shows more heavy snow in Newfoundland, it goes, and does show more snow in Labrador and Quebec, northern Nova Scotia. This goes, and still by like Tuesday the 7th, some more snow in Quebec, and Labrador, those areas there, and even shows some remnants of Blair, but like the ninth back in Atlantic Canada, and does show like the next snow system in in like northern northwestern territories, and Nunavut shows one system there in Alaska and British Columbia, and another one like in Nunavut. This goes there, shows on the ninth more in Ontario, Manitoba. This goes not way into Quebec on the 10th, and connects with the system, the US. So stay safe. That's snow and everything. The shows the city in Alaska. Alright, some snow there. Some spots British Columbia and Alaska, and Yukon into Sunday there. And then the show Monday the 6th, some heavy rain and snow in Alaska, some high winds as well, and southern Yukon too. So be careful those mountains. I doubt anyone is that high up in the mountains, but if you are, stay safe. Grab even some blizzard conditions with the snow and everything there. So stay safe. Shows that snow central Alaska, the 5th, the 6th, especially the 7th, spreading to like northern Yukon, northwestern territories. So stay safe there. Now for wind gusts, the Atlantic system there. Alright, shows later today a little bit higher gusts, some spots in New York, Pennsylvania, into West Virginia, for it to like low 50 mile per hour gusts. But this goes there. Does shows some spots of the Avalon Peninsula, St. John's all the way to 113 km per hour gusts. St. Pierre Miquelon 106, shows some others from 96 km per hour gusts, some 107. So please stay safe there. Shows Sunday this goes, and it kind of looks like a hurricane, but it's not, because you see a calm area in the middle. This looks very crazy, but it's not. It's extra tropical. So it does show like 98 km per hour, so some spots in the north to 105. So stay safe. This goes there. Show like Nova Scotia, Sunday to Monday coastal 100 km per hour, some more in New Brunswick, those areas. So stay safe. This wind shows Newfoundland and Labrador, some high gusts into Labrador, especially on the coast. So this goes. But like late Sunday into Monday shows southern Labrador and eastern Quebec, some high gusts there. So stay safe. Those winds, this goes, and more stuff later. This here is the remnants of Blair by the 9th, and shows some gusty winds like Newfoundland and Labrador and eastern Quebec too. So stay safe there. Now the GFS has also some very high gusts, all the way to like 121, but like in St. John's 112, some spots 105, 101. So please stay safe. Those gusts could have some very large waves falling trees, so stay safe, and other hazards. So this goes Sunday. The GFS does show into Labrador and easternmost Quebec all the way to 110, 102, so stay safe. Those wingers, northern Nova Scotia too, Sunday, so stay safe there. Also, some higher gusts in New Brunswick occasionally, so stay safe. This is like a very crazy system, that shape, but stay safe. So the show in Alaska, right, Saturday, central western Alaska, some higher gusts. This goes there and shows like one system Monday, there's snow, but shows the worst winds in the ocean there and the coast. But this goes and now has another massive system later Monday into Tuesday, all the way on the coast, like 116 km per hour, 92 to like 78. So stay safe there. This goes, and now where is it? The European does show those winds today, central Alaska, and also the high elevations there, San Hargas, the mountains. This goes Monday there, the European doesn't. Yukon choose San Hargas, the mountains in southeastern Alaska, near like 72 mile per gust, or even like 75 or something. So please stay safe on the coast and the mountains. And later, after that, the European even showed like some 70s mile per gust, still those mountains of Alaska, and it has like all the to 80, 90 mile per gust, some central eastern mountains there on the 7th. So this goes, and yeah, and it still has some seasons later on the 9th, which is San Hargas. On the 10th has San Hargas across Yukon, the Northwestern Territories, in British Columbia, and especially in Alaska there on the 10th. But that's far out, and this information always changes. So BR, but further south, still kind of quiet, some occasional higher gusts, but on the 7th, does show some higher gusts to British Columbia, on the coast of British Columbia to southernmost Alaska. So stay safe. This goes there. Shows like some higher gusts for eastern British Columbia, to those areas, north central Alberta. This goes, and there's all the way down to southern Alberta. The gusts there. Wednesday, the 8th still shows like Saskatchewan and Manitoba with windier conditions, and Nunavut because of that system on the 9th and 8th, so stay safe. Now for like down here, does show this system forming, slightly gusty in Texas and Arizona and New Mexico there. So it goes into Sunday, shows that there's very high winds in Oklahoma, Kansas, like 53 mile per gust, and this combined with the snowfall and mixed precipitation might make those blizzard conditions they mentioned there. So stay safe. Even northern Texas, a little bit higher into Mississippi and Louisiana. This goes there. By Monday, the winds kind of die down, but still a little bit higher in Oklahoma and Arkansas, and shows there the Appalachians now goes to 59 mile per gust, and in Tennessee, those areas, northern Georgia, to Alabama. So stay safe. This goes, and the European has like all the way to 63 mile per gust, some spot the southern Appalachians later Monday, the 6th. So stay safe, and this information still might change, so be aware, it changes a lot. But New York, Massachusetts, in those areas, and Pennsylvania, that shows some higher gusts. Tuesday the 7th, into Wednesday still, and especially Wednesday, Thursday, the European has a very high wind event, like into New Jersey, some spot to Pennsylvania there, and the Appalachians on the 9th. But this still might change. Be aware. The GFS is some higher winds in Montana, those areas there. There today Saturday, and I don't know if I mentioned central northern Ontario. That shows some higher gusts today, northernmost Quebec. So here, back here, does show New Mexico, those higher gusts, and it has like for Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, those higher gusts into Sunday, and also into Mississippi and Alabama there. So stay safe. Those winds, but that wind for like the storms and everything, and plus the wind, plus the snow. So stay safe. Monday, this goes, and the GFS doesn't have much in the Appalachians. The GFS shows the gusts going to like South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia, but then it goes there and like shows more the northeast later. But be careful, none of those areas. So stay safe. Now shows here the temperature still very cold in the north. The maximum temperatures for today's Saturday, the 4th, the maximum temperatures they show out -8. So please stay safe. Even during the day, that's very cold. Shows some -6 Fahrenheit, some -2, some 70s in Florida, some 70s southern Texas and southern Arizona, even some 60s, 70s in New Mexico. So stay safe. So some 30s, 20s, the Midwest and Northeast, some teens, the Northeast. So stay safe. And like tonight into Sunday morning, they'll show all the way to like -25 degrees Fahrenheit. So be careful. So this Saturday morning so this is because they changed the order here. So this actually this morning, so they showed today and I was showing this morning. This is a weird way to show, but beware. Now for like closer look, they do show some -25 Fahrenheit, some -22, so very, very cold. Might be close to -30 wind chills or even less. So stay safe. So -6, -15. So stay safe. Those areas. So some teens and even single digits, some spots in the Northeast, some 30s, all the way down to northern Florida. This goes the maximum temperatures for Sunday. There shows still some -4, some -1 there. For Sunday, still some high 70s, southern Texas, even Louisiana and Florida. But some 20s, the Midwest, some teens and even single digits, some spots the Northeast, and more like some 20s and teens, the mountains, the Rockies there. So stay safe. The minimum temperatures Saturday night to Sunday morning. So tonight until tomorrow morning shows all the way to 11 Fahrenheit in Kansas, some 20s all the way into northern Texas. Shows like some 19, 24 in some spots Colorado, colder in the mountains, some 9 Fahrenheit northern Kansas. Shows some -20, -10 the north there. So still be careful there. The very cold wind chills and everything. Shows some single digits northern Maine and also central Maine, some 9 Fahrenheit all the way to like 0 Fahrenheit in the dark purple. So stay safe. Very cold across much of the Rockies there, so 17, 24, and even less in the purple areas. It's less. So 4, 6 Fahrenheit, 1 Fahrenheit, Montana. So stay safe. Some 30s in the northern Florida, some 40s, some 20s all the way down to South Carolina, some 30s in Georgia. So stay safe there. Now for like the maximum temperatures on Monday. The shows some like 10, 11 Fahrenheit in the north, some 6, 7 Fahrenheit, so some 20s all the way down to Oklahoma, some 20s the Midwest, and some teens in the Northeast, some 22 still cold in the mountains in Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, and also like the Cascades and the Sierra Nevada. So stay safe. Now for Sunday night to Monday morning, still shows some -10 there in the north, some -3, some -4, even -2 showing now like Kansas and Missouri. So stay safe. And this time the cold will be dipping further south. Shows some 32 Fahrenheit all the way to South Central Texas, some 20s throughout Texas, some 20s in New Mexico and teens, and like 31 Fahrenheit all the way to northern Florida, and then show like some 12 Fahrenheit, some teens and single digits near the Northeast, and like some 2, 4, 7 Fahrenheit in Nebraska and Iowa, and even colder. So stay safe those areas. Now for Tuesday the 7th during the day, that shows some 50s and 60s in Florida, but the temperatures remain negative all the way down to Tennessee and northern Missouri, not Missouri, northern Arkansas. So be aware, but that shows some teens and 20s throughout the Midwest and some single digits in the north still, and still like some 20s and teens in the northeast and those areas. And the shows so far is and there is some non-mountain spots in the northwest, in the mountains, some 20s and teens, and even less. So stay safe. The show the night from Monday night to Tuesday morning, some -9 in the north, some -5, so like -3 Fahrenheit, all the way down to Kansas. Some 3, even like -1 in Indiana, some 4 or 5 Fahrenheit. Illinois, it's like 12, 14 Fahrenheit, even less in the northeast, very cold there. So like 29 Fahrenheit in Tallahassee, or all the way to northern Florida, 40 degrees in Tampa, and the wind chills might feel colder. Very cold in the Rockies, like all the way to -2, -5 Fahrenheit, even like -10, the high elevations in Colorado, likely some -3, some parts of Wyoming, the high elevations in northern Utah, so stay safe there. Now for the maximum temperatures Wednesday, does show very cold at the north, still some 6, 8 Fahrenheit, even like 5 Fahrenheit, some teens and 20s throughout the Midwest, some parts of the plains and the Northeast, and some 60s southern Florida, even to 70s southern California, even Los Angeles, and does show very cold in the Rockies from Washington to New Mexico. So beware. Now Tuesday night to Wednesday morning, the shows some -1 Minnesota, like 28 degrees in northern Florida, some 20s and teens in Alabama, northern Georgia, and all throughout Georgia. Shows some low 20s in North Carolina, South Carolina, some teens in single digits, the Midwest. Shows like 0, 1, 3 Fahrenheit in some spots, the Midwest. So stay safe, some teens and low 20s, mainly teens, just teens, the Northeast, and show like very cold across the West too, especially in the Rockies, and less cold on the West Coast, but the interior there will be very cold. So still for the Thursday afternoon, the 9th, shows some teens and 20s in the north and the Midwest and the Northeast. The south, some 60s in the southern Florida, some 40s in the south, and 50s. And still like those cold temperatures, the high elevations there. Stay safe, some 20s and teens, and still warmer the southwest. Now from Wednesday night to Thursday morning, shows like 5, 7, 8 Fahrenheit, some spots the Ohio Valley, the Midwest, shows like some 2, 0 Fahrenheit, northern Minnesota, and some things the Northeast still show like 28 down to southern Florida, some 39 in Tampa, and 53 in Miami, and there shows some 20s over much of Texas, some 30s too, and very cold the high elevations of Colorado and Wyoming, close to like -5 or something. And very cold in northern and eastern Arizona, to New Mexico, and much of the interior of the West. So stay safe. Now for like the max temperatures on the 10th, the shows some 40s in the south, some 60s in Florida, but still some 20s the Midwest and the Northeast, some 30s, and some teens the extreme north. It's still cold in the Rockies there. So stay safe, those areas there. Now for like, wait. So stay safe. Now in Canada, the show still those very cold temperatures, -35 Fahrenheit, northwest Antarctica, -37 to like -44 degrees Fahrenheit, so -45 Dawson Sea. So please stay safe. The wind is maybe in those areas close to -55 degrees Celsius or something. So shows some -20s, 30s, and like in Saskatchewan, Manitoba, northern Alberta, into Ontario, races to -25. So stay safe, and then show like into southern Ontario and Quebec, some -15, some -16, some -6. So stay safe into like northern British Columbia too. This goes there. Show like the very cold air in northwest Ontario and Nunavut. It gets warmer there in Yukon, some -4, some -18, but the cold air moves east there, so shows more like northern Manitoba, Saskatchewan by Monday, the 6th. This goes and shows diving all the way to Ontario, some -32 Western Ontario, some -35 Manitoba, some -26 already like northern Yukon, a bit colder, and those areas. The 7th it does go, shows this pocket of cold air in Ontario, so -36 even, and like the 8th, this goes there still very cold southern Ontario, some spot there, and selected temperatures some parts of Nova Scotia and Newfoundland too, but this goes especially during the night shows colder there, and like the 10th in Quebec, cold air, still that very cold air in Nunavut, some parts of northwestern territories, and Manitoba, those areas. The 10th, this cold air shows on the 11th another pocket of cold air in Ontario, into Quebec, so stay safe there, and shows like on the 12th in Quebec, it's all the way to -30, and in Ontario it's -33, so yeah, stay safe, and show like still Nunavut very cold, and by that time shows less extreme on the west, but still some negative temperatures those areas there, so stay safe. Short 1 degree in Vancouver some days there, so yeah, stay safe, and please be careful the wind chills those areas, that's very serious, so be careful there. Now like here, the GFS shows the wind chills, so it does have all the other to like -49 Fahrenheit wind chills in some parts of Saskatchewan. That in Celsius might be very similar, so please be careful. Those wind chills that does have like some -34 wind chills North Dakota now. This goes so like tonight, tomorrow, some -29 wind chills between Minnesota and North Dakota. This goes some extreme wind chills for northern Manitoba into Nunavut, so stay safe. And does show like all there's like -44 wind chills in Ontario later. This goes there, like shows some 40, some 39 wind chills in Tampa, in Florida, it's like teens, even 12 degrees. Shows like -14 wind chills, -12, like on the 9th, Missouri and Illinois and those areas, and also very cold to the mountains. There's some -8 wind chills and even less. So please stay safe with the system, the ice and cold and everything, and warn others. And also be careful with fog and everything, and also freezing fog, that they had the warnings there, so be aware, some fog and everything.